There's a lie people expect you to correct. And then there's a lie you let live, because you know it will grow teeth. I chose the second one. My name is Lena Brooks, and this is how silence became my sharpest weapon. The lie started small. So small that correcting it would have taken 5 seconds. We were in a meeting. 12 people around the table. Coffee cups, laptops, polite nods. And Ryan Keller, my supervisor, said, "This was my idea." He said it casually, like a fact, like everyone already knew. The room nodded. I felt the sentence rise in my chest. Actually, that was mine. I almost said it. Almost. But something stopped me. Because lies that are interrupted end quickly. Lies that are left alone evolve. Ryan was good at appearing confident. Not loud. Not arrogant. Just certain. People trusted certainty. I was the opposite. Quiet. Invisible. I did the research. Built the strategies. Solved the problems no one else wanted. Ryan presented them beautifully. At first I told myself it didn't matter. Then the lie repeated. And again. Each time it became harder to correct. Not because it wasn't true, but because the story was already halfway written. That's the Zeigarnik Effect. An unfinished narrative refuses to leave the mind. And mine was screaming. The moment that changed everything came 6 months later. A senior executive praised Ryan publicly and said, "You always think 3 steps ahead." Ryan smiled. And looked at me. Just for a second. That look said, "You'll let this continue." And I did. People think silence is weakness. It's not. Silence is storage. I started keeping records. Not aggressively. Not emotionally. Calmly. Drafts with timestamps. Emails showing idea origins. Meeting notes. Version histories. I didn't plan revenge. I planned context. Ryan's career accelerated. Boards. Recognition. Trust. And with trust came expectation. He was expected to deliver brilliance consistently. But brilliance is hard to fake forever. Especially when you don't actually own it. One day Ryan made a mistake. A small one. He explained a strategy incorrectly in front of leadership. Not enough to destroy him. Enough to confuse them. I watched something subtle shift in the room. A question formed. Unfinished. And once a question appears, it never fully leaves. After that, I noticed changes. People asked him to explain his thinking more often. They requested documentation. They followed up. Ryan grew restless. Because now the lie needed maintenance. And maintenance is exhausting. The breaking point came during a critical presentation. Ryan presented a plan. One I had intentionally left slightly incomplete. Not wrong. Just unfinished. Leadership asked questions. Ryan hesitated. Paused. Guessed. That pause lasted maybe 2 seconds. But it was enough. Because confidence doesn't pause. After the meeting, an executive pulled me aside and asked, "You've worked closely with Ryan. How does he usually develop his ideas?" My heart raced. This was the moment. I could finish the story. I could correct the lie. "Dad," I said. "Ryan has a unique way of presenting things." And stopped. I didn't finish the sentence. That unfinished answer did more damage than the truth ever could. They started looking. Comparing. Connecting. I never accused Ryan. I never corrected his lie. I let it collapse under its own weight. Weeks later, Ryan's responsibilities were quietly reduced. No announcement. No confrontation. Just a slow withdrawal of trust. The same way he withdrew credit from me. He confronted me once. Not angry. Afraid. He asked, "Did I do something wrong?" I looked at him and said, "I'm not sure." And walked away. Here's the thing about lies. They don't need enemies. They need time. I didn't ruin Ryan. I let his own unfinished story do it. Final line, perfect YouTube ending. Some lies don't need to be exposed. They just need to be left unfinished.